a couple with a little daughter humbly living in the small town. After making a significant amount of money creating the navigation chips for war drones, he retired as a robotics engineer. His wife is free to have as many partners as she wants as long as she doesn't leave her family behind in order to escape the messy divorce. He grows progressively more envious of his wife's lovers in silence, even though their open marriage is known to their acquaintances. In Little Wesley, Louisiana, we meet Vic Van Allen, who follows his routine of traveling on his bicycle. When he returns home from his journey, his beautiful wife, Melinda, is waiting for him. Their playful daughter, Trixie, happily listens to her favorite nursery song, singing along. This annoys her mother, who wants it turned off. Meanwhile, the babysitter, Chelsea, arrives to take care of Trixie whenever the couple goes out. While getting ready, Melinda seeks her husband's advice on what to wear, but Vic is already impressed with her outfit. Vic helps Melinda put on the black shoes he bought in New York. And they both attended a party together. However, Melinda invites musician Joel Dash, one of her lovers, to the said occasion. Vic witnessed the sweetness between the two. Later on, Melinda invited Joel to go out to avoid the sight of Vic and his acquaintances so they could have some time alone. But Vic wanders throughout the party in search of his wife. While the two were affectionately teasing each other, Melinda noticed her husband peeping through the window, choosing to remain silent and unaffected. Later on, their friend Mary approached Vic to check on him, and they discussed about Melinda and Joel. Mary asked Vic if something was going on between them, but Vic just laughed it off, saying that they were just friends. Their conversation was interrupted when the party's host, Grant, arrived to inform them that Melinda was drunk and standing on top of his piano. Joel approached Vic to talk to him. When they are alone, Vic confesses to Joel that he killed Martin McRae, her ex-boyfriend, who had disappeared a month before. He killed McRae because he often met with his wife. Joel didn't want to believe it, but he felt threatened by Vic's words, as if they had a hidden meaning. He then immediately went home. As the couple was heading home, Melinda tried to get Vic to admit what he had said to Joel, but Vic kept denying it. Melinda made it clear to her husband how much she liked her lover, Joel. While Vic's anguish was evident. The next day, Vic took their daughter Trixie to school. Shortly after, their friend Kristen called Vic and informed him that rumors about McRae's murder were spreading. However, Vic admitted that he was just joking. After the rumors spread across their social group, Melinda also heard it, so she got irritated with her husband. And made Vic invite Joel over for dinner and apologize for scaring him with a fake rumor. During their dinner, Joel narrated that he was moving and had already found a job in Santa Fe. When Joel went to the restroom, Melinda told Trixie it was time to sleep and instructed Vic to read bedtime stories to their child. However, late at night, Melinda and Joel were happily drinking together. Vic informs Joel again that he had killed Martin McRae by hitting a hammer. Because of that, Joel wants him to apologize for the kind of joke. But Vic insisted that he really did it, and sent him away in an Uber. During a social gathering, they met their new friends, Don Wilson, a writer, and his wife, Kelly Wilson. In the middle of their conversation, Don mentioned the rumor about Martin McRae to Vic, and their other friends insisted that it was just a joke. Vic enjoys dancing with Kelly Wilson. Vic never dances, but he takes her dancing. This is noticed by Jen Fernandez and Kristen Peterson, Vic and Melinda's friends. On their way home, they talked about Kelly Wilson. Afterwards, Melinda gives Vic a blowout in the car while driving, and they continued their passionate lovemaking when they arrived home, as if they were eager for each other. While watching their child Trixie's game, Vic was called by the bank manager. Because of this, he finds out that Melinda has cut a check for $3,000 to a piano instructor, Charlie Delisle. Vic followed Charlie Delisle to the lounge where he was performing, and Melinda arrived shortly after. It seemed like there was something between the two of them. After this, Vic went home with a hidden resentment. Later, it is shown on TV news that Martin was found dead from a gunshot wound. And he mentioned this to Melinda. While on the trip, Melinda entertained herself. Following this, she entertained Charlie using her hands while he was driving. The next morning, Melinda returns home after spending the night with Charlie. Vic wants Melinda to break up with Charlie, but she refuses because she and Vic have already agreed on it as part of their arrangement for an open marriage. Vic's friend Jonas Fernandez's house hosts a pool party, and Melinda invites her next lover, Charlie Delisle, a piano teacher. And he was introduced to the guests, and encouraged to play a song. While Charlie was performing, everyone was happy and dancing, except for Vic, whose face betrayed envy. So, Melinda approached him to comfort, entertain, and cheer him up. Shortly after, Melinda introduced her new lover Charlie to her husband. Vic secretly becomes envious when he sees Melinda and Charlie are being affectionate with each other at the pool. When it starts to rain, everyone runs inside. Vic lagged behind, catching Don's attention. When Vic entered, Don Wilson became suspicious. He burned himself when he suddenly grabbed some cookies. While others were having fun and drinking, Charlie's body floated. Melinda wondered why Charlie was still not there, so she looked for him. Everyone was surprised when Melinda suddenly screamed. But to their dismay, they discover Charlie dead in the pool, apparently from drowning. When questioned by the police, Melinda promptly accuses Vic of killing Charlie, which piques the suspicions of Don Wilson. While Vic was biking, he suddenly stopped, thinking about the affair his wife and her new lover were having. He then drowned Charlie until he lost his breath. He was surprised when a car started following him. When Kelly contacts Vic and informs him of what Don is doing, Vic invited the couple Don and Kelly for dinner. And there, Don accused Vic of what happened to Charlie. With Melinda's assistance, Don slyly employs David Riccioliani, a private investigator who thereafter assumes the identity of a psychologist. Vic quickly discovers this conspiracy and interrupts the Wilson family's lunch, accusing Don of his wrongdoings. Later on, Melinda gets back together with Tony Cameron, her former college sweetheart, and working on building LEED certified housing. And Vic hears Melinda discussing moving to Brazil with Tony. Vic becomes envious of his flirty ways. The following day, Vic picked up Tony and told him that Melinda had a building site she wanted him to look at. Tony immediately got in the car. Vic drives Tony into the woods alone. He got off when they arrived at the location. Vic picked up a stone and threw it at Tony's head, and pushing him off a rocky hill, killing him. Vic then immerses the body in a creek close by. This is where Melinda and Vic used to go hiking together in their early dating years. When Vic gets home, Melinda and their daughter Trixie are packing a picnic for the same spot. During the picnic, while they were happily chatting, reminiscing about their joyful past, Vic suddenly went to check on their child, Trixie, out of concern. Vic saw that Tony's body was not completely buried and that the outlines of his body could be seen from the shore. On their way home, Melinda mentioned that she had left her scarf behind. Vic said he would just go back for it the next day. That night, Melinda asked Vic to sleep beside her, and they had a lovemaking session. Vic goes back to the creek to get Melinda's scarf from their picnic the day before. As he's about to submerge Tony's body further into the water, Don surprises him. When he saw Tony's body suddenly floating, he quickly ran to his car, and Vic chased after him. Don then flees for help with his car, driving recklessly while Vic follows. Vic veered off the road into the thicket to intercept Don's car. In the chaos that follows, Vic gets in front of Don's car, and Don tries to steer the car to save Vic. Don swerves his car off a cliff and is instantly killed upon impact. At the same moment, Melinda discovers Tony's wallet with his identification in one of Vic's snail tanks, proving Vic was aware of Tony's whereabouts. Melinda starts packing with the intention of leaving with their kid, but when Trixie saw the suitcase, she immediately threw it into the swimming pool. Trixie confronts her resolutely to stay. Melinda burns Tony's identity documents after giving it some thought, implying that she plans to stay with Vic when he gets back home. For more videos similar to this, don't forget to subscribe and enable notifications. Thank you for watching.